Alex is training me. I asked him before he left if he would train me on a meeting. So you guys give me some grace on today. I promise you we'll have a good time. Aw, y'all are so sweet. So anyway, welcome once again to Rotary, Plano West Rotary, which is, of course, the best Rotary Club ever, right? So we're going to go ahead and start our meeting, and I'm going to call LaShawn Ross to come up with our invocation.
Thank you. I'm going to ask if everybody would please pray with me, please. Lord, we thank you for this opportunity to come together to work with one another, Father, to support one another, and to work really hard to just do the things that you've put before us to do, to be able to serve one another, to use the talents and gifts and the resources that you've given us to be able to help others, to be able to help our community. Please guide our thoughts, guide our ability to work together, Father, and to show grace to one another, and to take the difficulties that are in the world right now and to not be distracted by them, Lord, but to, again, look to you for guidance on how we can bring ourselves together to do the work that you have us to do. We thank you for all things and pray in in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you, LaShawn. Thank you so much. And we're going to also ask Julia. Is Julia? Yeah. Hi, Julia.
I'm on.
Julia's going to do our pledge.
Sure. Everyone ready?
I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic
for which it stands, one
nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Right.
Thank you, Julia Lynn and Julia Stafford.
I have a twin.
Thank you so very much. We are going to, let me see what time. I'm going to try to stick with the time. So we're going to have Catherine to come up. Catherine, can you come up and give an introduction of our guests?
Good thing I got sneakers on. We're honored today to have Keith Mencken, our assistant governor, with us today. We also have some guests who are in our Leadership Plano class of 38 here with us. Michael Casavant and Cassandra good. And also with us today with the Boys and Girls Club, we have Brandy Lewis and you missed the, I'm going to get this, Rutnam.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to our wonderful guests. We're so glad you're here, and we will tell you how to sign up and be members by the end of the evening. No pressure at all. We just love family, and now once you join, come your family, okay? So now I'm going to call up Steve, if you'll come up and take care of our brags until.
I'd love to. Yes, ma'am. So want to welcome everybody to our club meeting today. It's a beautiful Tuesday out there, above average temperatures so far this month. I read an article in the Fort Worth Star Telegram last weekend talking about how comparisons of like the summer of 1980 and how that summer we didn't have nearly as many 90-degree days in May, and then the weather hit. So the stage is set to have an extremely hot summer. And honestly, it's been a few years since we've had what I call a hot summer. So just be ready.
And this is coming from an HVAC owner, by the way.
Let me say this much. I'm not trying to promote my business, but I am just warning you that if you don't take care of your air conditioner, it's not going to take care of you. Okay? All right, so let's get started with brags. We'll start here at Cafe Normus. Anybody want to brag? Start us off? All right, thank you.
I want to brag on the people that came to Bed Start, but I don't want to forget them. Crap, I can't open my phone. Okay. So we did volunteering. This past Saturday, we did our furniture delivery with Bed Start. And I'm super thankful that Brett, one of our new Rotarians, joined us. And Molly and John Hancock came for the first time. So yay. And John Stafford, who I think has probably done it 4 or 5 times with me now. So really appreciate everybody. And then the next one's June 11th. So I'm going to plug it. We don't have that many things on the calendar, so y'all have no excuse to come help me. And you can bring kids. It's a great way for them to actually meet the people that they are helping.
Awesome. I don't know if y'all are interested, but I got a bed frame, nice bed frame and chest of drawers, not Chester drawers. You know, if y'all are interested, it's in the storage place right here in Plano. And my wife has told me we got to get that place empty. Who wants to brag next?
I was really privileged to play at the Art Center of Plano's Mother's Day event. Woo! Catherine hooked me up on that. It was 95 degrees. It was really hot. I was outside and I was really worried about my harp, but all was well. And we made it through, and it was really a fun event. Thank you, Catherine, for including me.
All right, here we go.
I have a pre-brag. This afternoon at 3, we have 20 folks from DXC Technologies coming to help at our meal drive-through. They've chosen to make it a part of a leadership retreat that they're going to come and serve with us. So we are very excited about that because that saves all those teachers from coming out and having to be in the line because it's a really busy time of the year for them right now. So.
Awesome. Anybody else wanting to brag over here? All right.
I have an amazing 6-year-old granddaughter, a wonderful 18-month-old grandson. And as of last night, it's my understanding I will have another grandson in November. Yay. I'm getting really good at this grandparenting thing.
Tell you what, that's the best phase of life. I've enjoyed it. I've got 4 and looking for one more. Who else wants to brag? Right here.
This is a brag. It's a bittersweet brag. But our family is so relieved that we only have 3-4 more days left of school. We made it. We are crawling toward the finish line, y'all. Like, the bittersweet part is that this school year has been a very trying time for me and my family. My kids are 16. This is just it has been such a hard time for them, but to see how resilient they've been and how much they've grown and how much they are going to deserve this summer, it just makes me feel so relieved and thankful. So I had to share that with everybody. Hug your kids.
Need to play some Carly Simon Anticipation. Anybody over here want to brag? Glenn? Oh, Julia. All right.
I'll brag on Alex for giving me a ride here and dragging me to my very first in-person meeting.
And Julia just finished her first year of college.
So I want to brag. It's interesting for the last Saturday's Adopt a Highway. Probably weather-wise, the best day of the year. I can get 10 people to come out in January when it's 20. Or in August when it's 110, but we had a lower turnout. It was great still, and we got it all done, but it's like, hey, this is like the best time of the year. It doesn't get any better. But anyway, we still had a great time. It was good. Yeah.
Anybody else want to brag before I go to the online braggers? All right, Alex.
I want to brag that Tamara, who will be president in a year, asked me to train her to run meetings now. And so she's doing an awesome job. And I think we all need to give her. Oh, thanks, Jen. But I want to brag on Tamara because this is awesome.
Okay, go ahead.
Hello, everyone. I'm going to brag today. So I'm going to brag on Alex first. Last week was our last. I'm from Leadership 38, and it was our last leadership day. And he did such a fantastic job of representing the Plano West Rotary that it impressed upon me to come. And then to follow up, Jennifer tagged us again, like in case you forget. Okay, this is our first meeting. So it was fantastic. So thank you for inviting us.
I have a brag online.
Mr. Stafford, go right ahead.
Well, I'm out here working the polls with my friend Mihaela Plisa, who is running for state representative right now in the primary runoff elections. So get out there, go vote when you're done with the meeting. Make sure that you get out there. And if you live in HT 70, vote for my friend Mihaela.
Thank you very much. Julie Holman, would you like to brag?
Sure. I took a few days off. It's the first time since last January that I actually went on vacation and turned on my out of office and directed all of my work to other people. So I've had a few restful days. I'm flying back home tonight, but I'm bragging on myself for setting boundaries and giving myself permission to relax and get some R&R. So I've enjoyed it, but I look forward to getting back to work.
Thank you very much. Is there anybody else online that wants to brag? I can't necessarily see everybody that's on. It says we got 7 participants, but I don't see all 7. Julie, do you want to brag? Yeah. Julia? If not, anybody else?
Sorry, I'm slow with my unmute button. Sure.
Okay, go ahead.
I guess my small brag would be I read a lot, so I try to set a few goals to read so many books in a year, and so kicked it up a notch. I'm at halfway of my goal of 100 books this year.
Fantastic. Do you want to brag? Anybody? Okay. Yes, I'm right on time. I'm 2 minutes early, but I'm going to turn the meeting back over to our president-elect. President nominee, almost elected.
Thank you. Yet to be determined, Alex, how this is going to go. So I have 2 minutes. Does that mean I get to talk and say whatever? Everybody take out your Bibles. No, I'm just joking. Okay. All right. So it is so good to hear these brags because you can't turn on the news or anything without hearing so much depression and what's going on in the world. And just to come into a place where you can hear so many good things, you know, online and in person, it just lifts your spirit. It makes you feel better. It makes you want to smile and be happy, right? So congratulations to everybody that had a brag on today, and those that do and didn't say anything, just congratulations on having happiness in life, okay? All right, so let's move right along since we have less than a minute. I am going to call up Keith Mankin for our District 4-Way Test Speech Contest President.
Thank you. Hey, everybody. That's right. Yeah, sure. Sorry about that. This is not a presentation, but it's a brag of sorts, and it's very good news. You all remember a few weeks ago, we hosted the finals for Plano, and I was actually had gone to the preliminaries as well. And we had some wonderful, wonderful speeches in the 4-way test competition. I told you at the time, I think this is probably one of the most important programs that we have going because it engages people who will be the future Rotarians, and it teaches them something about the ideals of what Rotary is. There were standouts certainly for the finals, and the standout that we chose to win the Plano, whose name was Madalasa Iyer. She went on to the district, and that was Saturday, and she placed first. So the brag is 2 years running, Plano and Plano West have essentially sponsored the winner of this wonderful project. So you should congratulate her. We will have a ceremony, I understand, later when she's off school. I will be here for that as well, because she's just a spectacular person and a spectacular speaker. But you should also congratulate yourselves for supporting this, for being there, for creating this wonderful culture that encourages people to speak, to understand what the four-way test is. So applause to you from the district, from myself, from my heart, and you all deserve it. So well done.
Thank you. So yes, you can.
Yes.
Julia ran our contest, the All Plano contest last year when she was a high school student. And then she competed in it. So she had help from our club. She won district last year. So when Keith said it's the future of Rotary, well, she's a Rotarian. And so as a Rotarian, she ran the All Plano contest again. And she actually personally recruited almost all the contestants, which is, ask her about that story. It's pretty amazing. How a UT Austin student came to Plano and recruited the participants is totally service above self. So Keith gave our club credit. I want to give Julia credit because she did this while she was at UT Austin.
That's wonderful. We're not surprised because Julia has been in leadership for a while now. When I first joined the club, she was in leadership doing things, and you ran the shoe drive when I had to step down. And I mean, she's just a leader. So we're happy to have her in Plano West Rotary. Hurrah, hurrah. Okay. All right. We're just going right along because I don't have as much to say as Alex normally does, but that's going to give us more networking time. So we'll get to know each other better. So let's talk about our announcements, our leadership training club service. I'm sorry, wait a minute. I'm supposed to put this back. So, okay. Our announcements. First is, they're a little bit different than on my page, so I'll read the screen. I'm assuming they're the same. If you have not paid your dues, this is the time to do it because July the 1st, the club has to pay our district and international dues, and we need everyone's dues. Otherwise, that bill is on the club, right? So we want to make sure that we get our dues in. And by the way, when I went to PETS, like we were the lowest paying dues club ever. Other people were paying like $250 a quarter. The amount of our dues. Yeah, sorry, the amount of our dues. So, but we do a lot of work. So I'm just saying, if you can get it, get it. If you need help, assistance, accommodations, talk with Catherine. She can help you figure it out. Because on June the 15th, for those who are late in their dues, we're going to have to make a move to probably drop those people off the roster. And we don't want to do that. We're all family. So if you need help and accommodations, please reach out to Catherine by email or talk to her today or call her, whatever you need to do so that we can all go July 1st together, right? Okay, Rotary International Convention in Houston, June the 4th through the 8th. If you haven't signed up, please do so immediately so that you can be there with us on June 4th through the 8th. It's the first time I'm getting to go, and so I'm really excited about it. It's the first time, in 8 years, it's been in Texas, and it's down in Houston, and it's either the first time in 8 years or it won't come back in 8 years. So, yeah. So for those that are online, I'm about to I got one trainer over here. Okay. That's my brother. For those that are online, it won't be back in the United States for another 8 years. Next year it's going to be in Australia, which would be just a little bit more money. But so if you can come this year, then you want to do that. Also, our district governor installation at Fair Park is on June 23rd. So make sure you sign up for that to be there. And then the last part of this I want to announce is, which is not on here, but our scholarship committee team. Our deadline has approached. We have 11 applications. We are going to award 6 $1,000 scholarships. We have interviews coming up this Saturday, and we're excited about it. And so sometime in June, we will award those recipients at one of our meetings. Woo-hoo. Yes. So how we serve, I'm going back to my, okay, so how we serve. So we have a meal drive this Thursday at Bowman Middle School on May the 13th. And Catherine Goodwin and James Thomas are the team leads for that. It's the after school meal drive. So if you're able and available, please get with them to do so or sign up online. We also, yes. Oh, these are last week's? Okay.
That's how we served.
This is how we served.
How we served.
And continue serving. So it did say May 13th. So on May 14th, which just passed, we delivered furniture with Bed Start. Yay, yay, yay. And you know what? That's a big deal because working in social services, we know we've had tons of clients that we were able to assist in getting an apartment, but they had not even a chair. And we were able to go to Bed Start, and Bed Start delivered a whole house full of furniture. Sometimes they needed just a bed, and Bed Start came with a bed and a dresser drawer and everything. So this is real important. Yay, Jennifer, team lead, yes. And then also on May 14th, there was a cleanup on Avenue K. Team lead Glenn Thornton, yay, yay, yay. So we can drive down the clean streets. It's wonderful. Okay, so service project events that are coming up. We are doing another meal drive at Armstrong Middle School on May 17th. You can sign up. Catherine and James are the team leads for our meal drives. There's also going to be one on at Bowman Middle School on May the 23rd. And these are the last two for May. May the 17th at Armstrong and May the 23rd at Bowman. And that is it for how we serve and served and are serving. Yay. Oh. And now I'm going to turn it over to our illustrious president-elect, Miss Joy Hinkleman, who's coming for Club Networking.
Hey everybody, I am so excited. We have so many people here. It's so awesome. And I got so many hugs. Y'all are filling my bucket. So our sweet, sweet Roxana was so gracious as to plan this. It's called networking, but to me it's more of a fellowship because we're getting to know each other better. I think of networking as, hey, this is where I work, this is what I do, kind of, but semantics. So anyway, she came up with this awesome activity. So we're going to divide everybody into groups of like 3, maybe 4. Do we have enough online to do one group?
Hang on. It's coming. It's coming.
I saw Clint coming on, or Kent coming on. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. We can do Kent, Julie, Laura, and Julia together. Do over them one. Awesome. Okay, so your task, Vanna is going to bring around piece of paper and pens. And if the wellness, yes, to a team. If the Wellness Center were not a nonprofit, we would have Wellness Center pens, but we don't. So I will thank Encompass for bringing us a whole ton of pens at the office the other day. Okay, so your task is this. In your groups, you are to First, designate a spokesperson. Oh, it's on here. Yes. So first, select a spokesperson. Who is your person that is going to share the results with all of us following the completion of your 5 minutes? You get 5 minutes to talk amongst yourselves and identify something that's common or intriguing. I want something unique that y'all all have in common, or something you're completely different in. My instructions were you can't pick the obvious. You can't do like, we're women, we're men, we're Plano West Rotary members. So something very distinct and different that you have in common. So the goal is for you to chat, get to know each other, and find that one or two things that you have in common. So we have 5 minutes. So let's start the clock.
So how do we divide up?
Just groups of 4 or 5. Okay, but
I will. You all have parents. What's that? Right. I ran. She's into music. You're kind of into music. I'm into music. Are you into music? Me too. Yeah. My jazz is limited. I mean, I'm into it, but I've been to a lot. I love classical. If you look at my old CD collection, most of them are classical. But I also do a little bluegrass and rock. So music, there's a music theme maybe here. Okay, so music is one thing. Did anybody play sport? What else do you do? Somebody want to say, I'd like to say cowboy dude. Oh, he's got all kinds of cowboy dudes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, some of them he designed himself, right? Fishing, you got fishing. You do fishing. I do a little fishing. You do that? Not so much. In Texas, we all like air conditioning. That's another one. Jazz and air conditioning.
Hello. Hello. Do I need to ding the bell? We wrapping it up? Because we get to take a couple minutes with each group and share our results of what we've got.
Jazz.
Steve, you tell me when we're ready. We're ready? Okay. Who wants to go first? Alex's table. Y'all go first. Here's the mic.
Okay, great. Hi, everybody. We have fantastic things. And my name is Cassandra Shedd. I'm not plugging it, but I'm with Cassandra Shedd Realtors. Okay. Okay. We had a lot of wonderful things in common, and we did a lot of wonderful, unique things. First of all, we've all traveled internationally. We all eat crawfish. Do we have any crawfish eaters in the room? We all eat frogs. Okay. Okay. Look here, fried frogs as a preference. We all have spoken or learned a foreign language. We all have played an instrument, some better than others. We all have pursued a degree. And hey, we all have gone through the roller rink with roller skates, okay?
I love it. I'm from San Marcos, Texas, where Ocarina Springs. We used to, when I was a kid, my mom and dad, we would go there. I think it was like Wednesday night. Frog legs were the special. So was that this group? That was all of y'all. Who's your spokesperson? Miss Kelly. Okay, we had a wonderful conversation and we found out that we had more in common than we initially thought we might. We are all consider ourselves to be personable, extroverted people who are in the community outreach field. We love the color blue. You know, these are the hard-hitting questions. We all have siblings. We would prefer the beach over the mountains. We have mixed feelings about getting out post-COVID. We're kind of like, yeah, I want to get out and I want to do stuff. But then like when we're actually presented with an opportunity, we're like, I don't know, am I ready? Am I ready? So we all admitted to kind of struggling with that. We love going to art museums and we prefer brunch over lunch. Again, these are the hard questions. Joanna, can we go to our Zoom people? Who is our spokesperson online? Sorry.
I'll be our spokesperson for the online team. So we had a lot of fun doing this, learned great things about each other. So I'll start with things that are different. We have all of our birthdays are in different months. We also have June, May, June, September, October birthdays. All different hobbies: reading, gardening, boating, cooking. Eating was very common. Eating, I think, was very common hobby. We all traveled a lot. Three of us were born outside of Texas, and two of us were even born outside of the country. We all have different number of siblings, but some great commonalities. We all have 2 kids, and all of us are married, happily married for 10, 18, 19, and 24 years.
Woohoo. So Julia, I know that you were born out of the country. Who else was?
Julie Holmer.
Where were you born?
I was born in Italy.
Italy?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
And then we moved to London, and then we moved to Plano in 1981. So I got here as fast as I could.
Well, we're happy to have you. I'll be at the contrasting point there that I have never been out of the country. So there's something unique about me. Who's our spokesperson over here? Miss Catherine? I think you were voluntold.
No, that never happens. I think we might be one of your more diverse groups here, and maybe we're just lacking a younger person. Sorry to say that, guys. The things that we had in common is that none of us have TikTok accounts. However, all of us are people persons. We all like Tex-Mex. We all like old movies. And we've just confirmed that every single one of us got to Texas as fast as we could. We are naturalized Texans.
Naturalized is a nice way to say it. I'm born and raised Texan, Austin, but I married a Yankee. So my dad always picks on him because he says, the difference, and y'all probably all know this, I'd never heard it. The difference between a Yankee and a damn Yankee is a Yankee comes and goes, a damn Yankee comes and stays. So I married one of the latter. Okay, our last group, and you can talk as much as you want. We've got a lot of time. You guys aren't very chatty today. Here's Steve.
All right. Well, a couple of things we all agreed we like: jazz, streaming music. We've all played instruments, musical instruments. Funny, everybody in our group likes air conditioning. A couple more. We all like to skinny dip. Hey, you gotta. Joy said to use some extra time. So just, yeah.
They're having fun over there where they're naked.
Didn't say we do it right now. Just that we might have done it when we look good. We all like cool cars. Yeah. And I don't know. I think we all like barbecue.
Oh yeah, I do.
Right.
We don't all have 40 pair of cowboy boots.
Yeah. Yeah. I
have one pair.
I'm over 50. My wife says I'm a cowboy boot hoe. I think all of us like to fish.
Kind of.
Huh?
Hey, Joy, you should take the mic from before it gets worse.
Yeah. Okay, last thing. My wife's from Fort Worth and I'm from Dallas, so we brought the two cities together.
I love it. You guys are awesome. So did y'all have anything like strangely unique that you didn't have in common? I mean, does anybody have something like, well, I've done this. Hold on. Glad I wore flats.
The strange thing that we found in this group that was unique, that we all have in common, that we're all extremely attractive.
Besides, I was going to say besides the skinny dipping, but here we go with the attractive. Anything else? Anybody else have anything that was just like wildly unique? Fred looks like he has something. Hold on.
Tamara, would you tell David that he's not attractive?
And little David's not 21. So anything else? Nothing else strangely out?
I thought it was cool that our group was all into jazz.
I think that is cool, especially since you play the harp. Are there any like jazzy?
I played jazz harp.
Seriously. You may have to come back and play again for us and do some jazzy stuff.
I actually ran out of time. The last piece I had was
Okay, you start with that next time. And I'll hook you up with my program chair. I bet she can get you on the books real quick. Yeah. Joanna's the program chair. So nothing else strangely unique or exciting? Just yeah. We still have 11 minutes. You want to do it again? What do y'all want to be your theme this time instead of something that you have in common? Yeah? Yeah? Okay, we'll start with little David because he has because he's so handsome and I just want to stand by him.
Joy, can you repeat? So Tamara brought me to Rotary screaming and hollering and kicking. No. So of course, we work at nonprofit and what brought us to Rotary? Somebody? Yeah, Alex brought us to Rotary. Now that I think about it, yeah, he came to our Juneteenth celebration. It was a drive-through Juneteenth celebration in 2020 at the city of Plano. And he came through with his family and, basically just put handcuffs on us and brought us to the next meeting. And we've been here ever since. Y'all supposed to clap. Y'all supposed to clap.
So I joined Rotary. Alex was the guy who brought me in. I met him at the Pride Festival at Haggard Park last year when I was helping. And I've been trying to look for ways to get in the community outside of my job and be able to do more and meet more people. And I've tried other avenues before, but this one has been a really good fit for me. And I'm so excited to now be working with Jennifer on our public image initiatives. And it gives me a sense of purpose and belonging.
Okay, how about Courtney on Zoom? Why did you join Rotary?
So kind of like everybody else, I was fortunate enough at an event to run into Alex, and the rest is kind of history. I really appreciated the fact that we were such a diverse Rotary because we all know what the typical Rotary kind of looks like. I also really appreciated that we're a very service project driven Rotary, and I joined during the pandemic when I really wanted to get out there and make a difference.
That's awesome. Thank you. Laura, I think we know your answer, but why don't you share with us?
For me, I've been around Rotary for 18 years or so, and I was always with Junior League, with women volunteering in the community. And every time I look at Rotary, I never really saw how I could fit in because Junior League is a movement of women who are volunteering in the community. That's what they do. And I wasn't seeing that with Rotary. I saw check writing, I saw eating. Those are the two things I saw. And I didn't see anything productive out of that. So when Plano West was kind of introduced to me, it was different. And some of the projects, definitely the projects, really kind of lassoed me in. So I think, just seeing a club can do that as opposed to what I had been seeing over the last 18 years. That was really, really nice. And then the fact that, like Courtney said, you know, we were really active. We were serving in a time when a lot of people didn't know what to do or how to serve a community in need, and especially during the pandemic. So there you have it.
That's awesome. All right, I'm going to shift back here and I'm going to put Keith on the spot. He's not a Plano West person, but I want to know why he has joined Rotary.
Okay, so I'm one of the few people here who did not meet Alex before I joined Rotary. I met him after through Interact, actually, when he was Interact chair and was barely hanging on to his energy. But regardless of that, you may not know about me, I was a surgeon for almost 30 years before I moved down to Texas and retired from medicine, got into writing. And I knew Rotary existed, but for me, it was the luncheons. I saw the signs. I said, oh, I wonder what Rotary is. I met a Rotarian early on in one of my first networking groups, a fellow named Dan Nye, who has been our treasurer, great, great guy, if you ever get a chance to meet him. What he offered me was connection to a community, because I just moved here. I knew nobody except Dan Nye. And he said, come out to this club and come out with us and do some service and see what the community's about. I'm with the Uptown Club. I'm right in, not the heart of the city, but just off the heart of the city. We meet in Oak Lawn. It's an incredibly exciting place for a city boy like I am. And it was the connection. It was the ability to go and make a difference in my new community and to feel like it wasn't my new community, it was actually my home. So.
I love that. Love it, love it. Okay, Mr. Fred, you can tell us your story.
Well, when I moved to Plano, I'd never lived in a town with 80,000 people. I just felt like a insignificant number. And we belonged to the church, which was rewarding. But from a professional standpoint, business standpoint, I was brought into Rotary by Jim Bray, who's an attorney. And I came in December of '88. And I guess maybe in reflecting back, I've got the genes of my grandparents because they were really people. I never meet a stranger. I really don't. And but I felt like that socially I needed to step out. Have you ever said, well, I need to go to this function or whatever, but you really don't want to go. But then after you go, you're really glad you went. And so I got into Rotary and of course, met people that I'd heard their names for a long time, you know, Alex Shell and Dave McCall and some of those folks. And they were great Rotarians. They're not with us anymore. But then I fell in love with a Rotary function or Rotary, what really kept me in Rotary, and that's Ryla. And we asked the kids, step out of your comfort zone. And my challenge to you when you just get into Rotary and everything is find something that you're really passionate about, because that's what will keep you in Rotary. And Ryla is mine. Plus, it may be the only vacation I get this year when I go to Camp Ryla. So I really like it. But anyway, no, I've enjoyed Rotary. You know, you get in, you know, when you get out of college, you say you're going to change the world. When you get into Rotary, you're going to change Rotary. The Rotary really changes you. And this Zoom really brings it home. You can be on Zoom and get connected, but there's nothing better than personal relationships. And that's exactly what Plano West Rotary is. Steve Lawton and I have been in there for a long time together, been in the halls the same way. And then folks like Glenn and Michelle come in and they just really raise the bar and everything. So I'm proud of Plano West Rotary. Alex has done a tremendous job, and I know that this young lady behind me will too. And Tamara, you know, last but not least, this room right here houses Plano Sunrise Rotary on Fridays in the morning. And I think I've heard more laughter today, but we really rivaled Plano Sunrise because they're number 5 is it fun or is it humorous? But laughter is the best medicine.
Beautiful. I couldn't have scripted that better. Okay, we only have like 2 more minutes, so I'm going to tell you why I joined Rotary. Not all of you, but some of you, the long timers, the seasoned members, know Rose Wilderam. She was in the club for
3 or 4 years.
a while. She moved down here from Lawton, a dynamic lady. Love that lady. She was a volunteer for us at the Wellness Center, and she hounded my predecessor constantly. You need to join Plano West. You need to join Plano West. Wouldn't do it, wouldn't do it, wouldn't do it. He's got too many obligations. Then Joy steps into that chair and she's like, I've worked it out. Y'all are going to be honorary members. So you can come. You don't have to worry about paying dues. So I start coming. What sealed the deal was volunteering at the Plano Balloon Festival. I had the best time. My staff now has wanted to do it because I come back going, oh, you guys have to do this. It's so fun. It was exhausting, but you just, it's so fun. And then COVID happened and we haven't been able to do it. But it's on this year. We're going to do it this year. You guys have to pick a shift and come and have fun because it's exhausting and it's hot. But you talk about walk away from something that you're like, oh, do I really want to do this? You walk away from that going, man, I'm so pumped. I really don't want to go home and just sit. I want to do. They got on to me the whole time I was there. Sit down, take a break. You need to rest. Here, eat this. No, I'm good. Once I sit down, I'm done. But it was a blast, and that was what sealed the deal. It's the people and the people that were there volunteering. We had, talk about laughter. I mean, it was a lot of hard work, but it's fun. So I think we've pretty much taken up our time. I'm sorry I didn't get to everybody. Maybe we can have another time when everybody else can tell, because I love hearing why y'all joined. So here's our wonderful, glorious, beautiful Kim Tamara.
Thank you, Joy. I told Joy I'm so glad that I have another year before I have to do this. It's on you, Joy, but I love you. Our next meeting, you guys, first of all, did y'all have fun? Yay, I told you we'd have fun. Our next meeting, of course, is next Tuesday, and our speaker is going to be from the Wellness Center for Older Adults, and that is going to be Nora Gravois. Did I say it right? Gravois. Gravois. Is that French or Italian? Oh, French. I was going to ask Julie to say it. Okay, so Nora will be with us on next week, so you don't want to miss that. They do a lot of wonderful things. I am going to ask Joy if she will come back up and give us the 4-way test. Lead us in the 4-way test.
Okay. If you all will join me in the 4-way test of the things we think, say, or do. First, is it the truth? Second, is it fair to all concerned? Third, will it build goodwill and better friendships? And fourth, is it beneficial to all concerned? Rotary!